Hey, all you zealots and zerglings, we've got a 3 versus 3 on Silent Dunes, where I have spawned as the blue zerg, with my allies Contrarian as the teal Protoss, and Spartan as the red Terrans. Looks like we got one of each going this time around, and we are going to be going up against the yellow Protoss Invictus. The orange zerg is Chesticles. I like that name, Chesticles. And finally, we have Deltab as the purple Terran. So we got one of each. Yeah, we got one. Looks like we got sort of a mirror matchup going here. One of each race going up against each other. And I noticed they all seem to have the same team name, 173B. Do you ever look at these tags and try to speculate what they mean? Here's my theory. I bet these guys all live in the same apartment, and that's probably their apartment address. Why not? 173B. Why not? It works. It works, right? Well, if you run into them again, you can ask them for me and let me know. Looks like I'm gonna be scouting over here. Gonna check out Invictus's base. And this is another one of those maps that's really hard to expand. I mean, get your second base, but and we got these golds down here in the south and the north, which are really hard to hold, because you can't just really park an army here. Well, I guess you could park an army here and defend it. And then these bases are in the center of the map. They're hard to hold. They're blocked by rocks. Once those go down, I mean, anyone can knock back and forth. So it's not the worst 3 versus 3 map I've seen, but it's, well, they're all pretty awful to actually macro on. Looks like I do have a pool going up right about now. We're doing a lot more gas pool builds. I kind of miss my hatch first builds, but I mean, if the other team rushes and you go hatch first, I mean, it's really hard to have anything to stop that. Even going this, I always find like I just don't have enough. Of course, lings disintegrate to pretty much any army whatsoever. So I mean, you go up against 3 armies or 4 armies, and it's just, why even make lings, it seems like. Got that queen going on the way. We do have that scouting probe for Invictus. Gonna be scouting out Contrarian's base. Is he gonna be throwing down a forge? No, looks like he's got the cybernetics core, so we don't have to worry about any sort of, well, we do have to worry about this though. Looks like Chesticles has gotten some lings out. And are they heading for Spartan's base? He does not have any units. Oh, well, he does have a wall off, though. I think he has a wall off. And, Contrarian's going to be chasing around that probe. And these lings, no, it looks like they're heading over to Contrarian's base. Does he have a zealot out yet? He's not even started a zealot. Oh, that's going to be very hard for him to hold off. He does have, he's got a mothership core on the way, but he hasn't even started it yet, and his probes are going to be starting to take a lot of damage. He's going to turn around and try to fight, but is that mothership core going to get out on time? He does not have enough energy to chrono boost it out, but it looks like he's cleaning up these lings. So that'll hold on for a little while, but so Contrarian he's scouting now. Yeah, that one's a wall off. We got more lings on the way for Chesticles. No, he looks like he was content just to run in there, see what we could do with some lings, and that was it for it. Can have a spine up here trying to defend against any sort of retaliation. We check the units lost. He did kill several workers, so that could be worth it. Contrarian, the macro king's going to be a bit behind, but then again, if he macros better than anyone else on the map, then he can catch up pretty easily. Looks like his Zergling speed is just finishing up for me right about now. And got that expansion coming. I still have not quite figured out when to throw down my expansion when I go for a gas pool build. I just don't know. This is probably too late. But then again, you throw it down too early and you're defending it against way too much. Gonna grab those watchtowers because why not? Because it gives you great vision across the center of the map, and you can often see armies that are massing out here. I mean, they're not quite that far forward yet, but you can see an awful lot if you take those watchtowers early on and just kind of building up an army. We got a robo coming out here for Contrarian. Gonna probably get an observer out. Maybe work towards that Colossus tech. Although he's going to have to do a bit more mining if he's going to be able to afford Colossus right about now. I don't think he can do this on one base, so maybe it's just for the observers. Maybe some immortals, but those are pretty expensive as well. And Warp Gate research is just about to finish. What we got going out here? Oh, looks like those zealots are going to chase me off that watchtower, and then not even going to take it. Oh, wait, yes they are. They will take the watchtower, so I'm going to have to abandon that, but I do still have this one, so for whatever that's worth. And am I moving my overlord so they can't spot me? Might be what I was doing, and actually it worked. I pulled him right out of range, so got a little bit of vision of anything that might kind of skirt along here, so not completely in the dark. And oh, that's Chesticles Overlord. Going to be spotting this gold, make sure nothing here is going to take it. I don't know if I've got quite as good vision of that. No, I can't really see anything from over there. Can this guy see anything? Well, he'll be able to see when the gas gets taken, but that's about it right now. Looks like everyone's just kind of content to macro for the time being. Spartan taking his expansion, Invictus taking his expansion. Chesticles is not expanded yet. He's going for lair tech. And this is going to be difficult. He's also undersaturated here. One base and he's not even fully saturated. This is going to be a mistake. He's building up a lot of gas. He's not going to be able to spend it because he just doesn't have the minerals for it. So we'll have to see what he's going to go for with this particular build. And apparently I just sent my Overlord back because I'm like, yeah, well, whatever. I can spot that Zealot, see it sitting there on the watchtower. Why not? And a single link from Chesticles is going to go scout. Not going to get past my link front, though. Take care of that, no problem whatsoever. And, oh, more scouting lings. Are they going to try to take that? Are they going to try to take my other watchtower? Don't you dare take my watchtower. Don't you do it. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. No, wrong. Oh. Well, they took the watchtowers eventually, but at least I was able to watch for early attacks, I guess. Contrarian does have his expansion down so that he can, what is he working on? Double forge right now, so he's going to go for some double upgrades, and, oh, going to get that immortal out. So he's going to be working on an immortal. Looks like we got some Marine Marauder, a couple of Hellions here for Deltab, who is working on, well, pretty much more of the same. So, oh, Baling Nest coming down here for Chesticles. He probably realizes that I am heavily invested in lings. Do I have a Baling Nest of my own? It does not look like I do. And apparently I'm doing nothing right now, even though I've got tons of money. Macro hatch up here at the natural. Need to get some. I do have lair tech up. No Evo chambers. Why don't I have Evo chambers up yet? Was I worried about early tech? There comes the double Evo, but these are way, way late in my opinion. Gonna come over here and scout this expansion. Nope, no one has taken it quite yet, but Chesticles has got his eyes on it. And oh, we got pushing out here for Deltab, and Invictus is gonna. Oh, well, no, he's gonna turn around. I was about to say they're gonna swap positions or something. And a lot of lings for Chesticles, but they're gonna be intercepted by my lings. He doesn't have. Does he? Oh, he does have speed. I'm used to my little scary winged lings right here. And oh, looks like we got a big push coming up the side of the map. Where are they headed? I'm not really sure what's going on here. I don't have any vision of this right now. And a scan is going to show, well, that's not going to show him anything at all other than we're not sitting right here. And who's going to be taking this space? I can't really see. Oh, yep, looks like Invictus is going to be taking the space. And the scan is done. And oh, he's got some banelings out. This is going to make my army fairly worthless. Do have a little bit of early vision here with the creep. And it looks like Contrarian is going to take the first hit. And oh, no, the banelings are going to pull back because they realize... Oh, and a good use of force field, except that poor sentry is not where he needs to be, unfortunately. And the lings are going to try to swing around. Where did those banelings go? Where did my lings go? My lings are way over here and not doing anything while my expansion burns. Where did those banelings go? I don't know where the banelings went. I mean, if I had spotted the banelings, that could be why I did not run it. Did I have more lings a second ago? Maybe I did see the banelings. Yeah, the banelings pretty much makes my army useless right now. I do have Mutalisks on the way. 12 Mutalisks are on the way where they're going to be here in time. They're not going to be all that great against this many Marines, I don't think. No upgrades, though, but still. Natural expansion is going to go down. Got more lings on the way. Looks like our Spartan's going to be swinging around the backside. Try to help save me, but it looks like we're completely outnumbered right now, and my army's pretty much dead. My Mutalisks are going to pull back for now because they don't really want to take on Marines, but if the Marines are gone, and the lings are going to pop out, hopefully cause enough distraction for the Mutalisks to clean this up. But at the cost of my expansion and one of Chesticles' overlords. So it's not really a great position for me, and we got some reinforcements for Invictus, but you better be careful. These Mutalisks could probably clean this up pretty easily. And did we get wind of this? I don't know why they flew directly to that spot. I might have just been flying them over there. They're going to try to take that out. The Stalkers are going to try to retreat. See if they can do something about that. Well, let's just take on that probe. And am I gonna try to take these on? No, it looks like I'm going to pull out. No reason to. Well, I guess with 4 more Mutalisks, why not? Am I gonna lose any Mutalisks? It looks like no. The Mutalisks are gonna all survive. And this Nexus is not. And oh, those are Spartans. Marines. I'm going to try to rebuild that expansion. I'm really building up a lot of money now, but I've also lost 2/3 of my production. Snipe off that watchtower. That watchtower is actually clear right now, and it looks like Contrarian is going to be taking this base. And oh, we got a Spire coming up here for Chesticles. He does have spores up, which is perfectly acceptable once you see Mulisks out on the map, because it's so hard. I mean, you can't always depend on your allies to save you, and Zerg have terrible anti-air. So his base is pretty well covered, and the Banelings will prevent anything like a Ling or a Marine rush in there. Mulisks are going to be scouring the map, seeing what they can find. And what do they find here? There's some missile turrets. And he's going to try to get Vikings out, but Vikings not really the answer against Mutalisks. Yeah, the Marines are going to probably do a lot more to run me off here than those Vikings ever will. And, oh, no, found myself another missile turret. Is he trying to mass repair that before I even attacked it? But that is not going to work. And, yeah, I'm going to try to pull the Mulisks out of there. They're going to swing around, snipe an SCV, just try to do whatever damage they can. Snipe a siege tank because, hey, why not? And, oh, careful. Oh, snipe a medevac. Snipe a medevac. Got to get out of there, though. Don't want to take too much damage. There's missile turrets everywhere. And, oh, whoa. Oh, and a Widow Mine to boot. And, oh, spores. Get out of there. Get out of there. Not much more I'm going to be able to do. And well, we got Stalkers here from Victus, probably trying to defend his buddy. And has he got his own anti-air? Yeah, he's got some photon cannons. They're pretty spread out, but there's an awful lot of them. So it's going to require a lot more Mulisks than what I have in order to deal with that directly. And we do have the Robotics Bay coming here for Contrarian to get that Colossus tech out, which will be great against what we've seen so far. Not a lot of Vikings yet. Oh, we got Corruptors coming up too, which that'll hurt the Colossi a little bit, but maybe we can power through that. And the Stalker's going to swing down here. Yep, no one's taken the golds yet. Looks like Contrarian has firmly established his base here in the center. And we got Stalker Force pushing out. We got anything to stop this? Just not much on my front here. Still been up a lot of money. I think I just need more hatcheries right now. And whoop, pulling back. He had a chance to do something, but he decided to pull back for a second. Gave me a chance to briefly save my Lings, but they'll be all dying here in a second. And the Banelings are running in. Not really. Yeah, I don't think that would have been an effective use of Banelings. Where are those Banelings going? And he's going to use the Banelings on a Queen. He did get all those larvae, which is probably not going to help, but Banelings on a Queen. He should be going for these drones right now. That is what he should be doing. And using Banelings on Zealots, not bad, but it would have been much nicer if he'd hit those Marines instead. And the Stalkers, looks like I'm going to lose another expansion, however. And, guys, don't pull back. I need your help here. Oh, he's pulling into my main. My Spire's exposed. He's not going to go for that, though. He's just going to sit here on the high ground. Going to burrow the Queen, burrow those drones, just so they don't all die. And that base is almost mined out anyhow. More Mulisks are popping out. I probably was worried about losing the Spire, and it does look like the Spire will probably go down. Going to try to get an angle here so if I can pick off as much as I can. The Marines are almost gone, so there's not much help remaining here for me. So it's whatever the Mutalisks can do, which does not look like it's going to be enough right now. And I don't know what that blink was all about. I guess he's blinking away from the Marines, I suppose. Trying to thin these out as best I can, but it's just not going to be enough. I mean, 3 more Mutalisks on the way. It's just not going to be enough, but I don't have the gas for anything else, and I don't have a lot of larvae, but I could at least get some Zerglings up. Although those Stalkers are pretty soft. See if we can't try to thin them out. Some Zealots here for Contrarian. Going to try to chase down that last Stalker. Oh, when the Colossus will kind of join in. Does he have the Thermal Lance upgrade yet? Not quite yet. It's not on the way yet either. Oh wait, that's actually the wrong player. And nope, it's not on the way yet. So I managed to save my hatcheries this time, so I'm not completely done. Need some more drones. I could probably transfer a lot of these drones down there as soon as I remember to, yeah, let's get my macro rolling again, because I'm not in good sorts right now. And it looks like Invictus is going to once again try to hold this expansion. And what is he working at? He's got level 3 shields, ground armor level 2 on the way. He's already got level 2 attack. And oh, sniping a Colossus. Oh, that was careless of Contrarian. Oh, watch it. And and losing a Stalker. A little bit careless with his units. Is he gonna look like maybe he's gonna swing around here, take out those rocks, See if he can't try to... Oh, and Invictus is caught in a corner. I mean, he does have Blink, but he's going to have to watch out. He might have to abandon this base, and the probes are here. Is he reinforcing? What is he reinforcing with? He's reinforcing with sentries, which are going to be next to useless in this engagement, if this is microed correctly. But you know, Contrarian getting another warp in. He's not ready to move in just yet. He's got to be very careful because as soon as this triggers, I don't know who has the advantage here. And he does have Zealot legs, so the Zealots are getting around those force fields pretty good. They're trying to hold him off, but the Colossi, meanwhile, and the Immortals are just going to start destroying this army, and the force fields are not going to be overly effective. Even without the Colossus trying to stomp on them, not overly effective at all, and this base will go down. He's got to get the probes out of there. He's got to get the probes out of there. Finally, he's going to get the probes out of there. We'll survive. Maybe actually wanted to go for the probes because that Nexus is not going anywhere, but those probes are gone. But in the meanwhile, he's got his own problems here. Looks like that Ling Baneling Corruptor here. Oh, and he's got Deltab on the low ground with siege tanks, a lot of siege tanks, and oh, he's going to do Photon Overcharge, see how many of those units he can pick off, and he's losing his Colossus. I don't even know what he was doing. It looked like he was on the move command. And what was attacking that? I didn't even see what was attacking. Oh, the Immortal up there was attacking it. So we're trying to swing there. Let's swing around and see if we can do something about those tanks, shall we? Shall we, boys? Still trying to siege that Nexus. Haven't gone through the shields yet, so that's good. And Victor's going to try to help out. I don't think he's going to be in time. The Lings will get a good surround, clean up what's left of this, maybe? There we go. And clean that up, and oh, Zealots. Yeah, I don't want to deal with Zealots. And Deltab still, why does he have SCVs and a medevac? Can someone explain to me whether SCVs in this medevac? Mass repair, I guess? And I guess, what's going on over here? I don't know if he was trying to take that base, but it looks like I do have my Mutalists out again, not in very large numbers, and yeah, there's just too many cannons here. You just gotta do something. Yeah, let's take out the Cybernetics Core, get rid of those Stalkers. Those are the biggest threat right now. I'm not really in good sorts this game. I got a lot of money, but I've been having a horrible time trying to keep up production. And I don't have a lot of gas either. And I got a defense force here from Spartan that he probably isn't even aware of is actually there. And yeah, and all these corrupted. I did manage to get this, so there's going to be no more Stalkers for a little bit until he rebuilds that Cybernetics Core. But was that worth it? Probably not. Now this would be worth it. We want to stop them from expanding. The gold's pretty much remained completely contested, I guess is the word. It's not uncontested. It's the absolute opposite of uncontested. We have to pull those Mules out of there. The Corruptors are more than a match for them. So we got 3-3 for Deltab's infantry and Terran vehicle weapons. Level 2 is on the way. Looks like we're just getting Blink out here for Contrarian. That's a very late Blink and Thermal Lance upgrade. Has he been having a hard time funding that? He's a little low on minerals, but he's got a ton of gas right now. And going to be trying to take this base. Now Invictus is going to try to take it. Looks like they're just having a fight over which one of them is going to take it. And Invictus is like, no, I was the first one to try to take this, and like the second and the fourth and the 10th and the it's my expansion. But it's quite a scary army considering. Well, I don't know. Actually, we do have a scary army of ourselves. I mean, my army is just terrible. It looks like I'm not even getting my Zergling upgrades. Why do we even have double Evo chambers? I mean, I got Mutalists out, but they're not really going to do much here. Some siege tanks will help kind of try to thin this out, but they're not going to last very long. And a ton of Banelings. I think I'm about to lose my natural again. I don't know what those Banelings hit, but they're about to hit a lot of things. Looks like I'm trying to thin out the Corruptors. I don't know why. They really aren't the biggest threat right now. The biggest threat is the siege tanks and the Banelings and the Stalkers and pretty much everything but the Corruptors right now. And is he actually hallucinating a Colossus? He's hallucinating a Colossus. Sure, why not? Kind of force them to focus it down. That's going to give your actual units more time to do some damage, but they are doing considerable damage this time. Looks like I'm going to lose my natural again. Both Nexus are trying to run some Lings out of there. They took some siege tank hits. And yeah, I'm going to take down those Lings, but we got some serious problems here. We got Marauders and siege tanks, so these Stalkers are not really going to be in good company. Did he just hallucinate High Templar? Why would you hallucinate High Templar? That really doesn't make any sense to me. I can't imagine any situation where hallucinating High Templar would be advantageous. Unless you have other High Templar actual ones and you want to kind of provide... are the Medivacs healing hallucinated High Templar? Did anyone just see the Medivacs hallucinating, or healing hallucinated High Templar? And apparently, Chesticles wants to know what Deltab is up to. Apparently he's up to dying because Spartan's like, forget this, let's get on the offensive. But unfortunately, there's a siege tank back here in siege mode, and he's not doing quite as much damage as he would have hoped. Meanwhile, we're kind of being gutted here right now. And yeah, we still have these siege tanks, and not much we can do about them. We can try to get more Mutalisks, but again, I mean, I've lost my expansion. I've got no mining right now. I've got one gas geyser that's going to be running out soon. Losing my natural for, like, what is it, like the third time? Or maybe it's just the third attack on it. We did save it once. Contrarian trying to micro his Colossi, and actually doing a pretty decent job of it, but he just doesn't have enough defending it right now. But Deltab's done. I guess it was too much, even though he's got all these siege tanks here. They could easily clear this out. That's just it for him. All he's going to be doing is a resource dump here from this natural. And Contrarian going to run those zealots in. Oh, that Viking! Yeah, run away from the Viking. Run away from the Viking. No, run away from the Viking. Run away from the Viking. Run towards a photon cannon or something. Oh, he's going to lose the Colossus. He is going to lose that Colossus. And what do we got going here? We got Mutalisks versus Corruptor Stalker. Trying to... Looks like I may have sniped some pylons, trying to shut down his expansion as best as we can because we cannot afford to let them take a gold. Meanwhile, we've got Chesticles down here taking the southern gold. This is going to be really bad for us because I am not mining. All I have is residual. I don't really have... No, I don't even have residual money. I only have 26 supply capped. I am in bad sorts right now. We did lose Deltab, but... Oh, looks like Contrarian managed to take this base, but looks like he's not going to be able to hold it for long as we got Ling, Baneling, Stalker here to kind of do something about it. We got some Archons coming up. I don't think that's going to be enough. We're going to need more of an army than just a couple of Archons. And oh no, the Mineral Line, the Siege Tank's going to do some damage, but the probes are going to be gone, and the Siege Tank's going to be gone too. Nope, it's going to take out the Nexus instead, so that means we still have the Siege Tank here doing damage if anything gets in range. And Contrarian's going to warp in some High Templar, try to get some more Archons out, and the Archons are going to blink back, which is going to put them in range of that Siege Tank again that the Banelings did not finish off. They thought the Nexus was more valuable, and I don't know, they might have been right. A single Siege Tank is, well, it's just a Siege Tank. And oh, you're going to be able to take out these Banelings before they spawn. They're doing so much splash damage. No, don't just run past. Don't just run past. You got to take care of them. The Banelings are actually not going to do all that much to the Archons. It will soften them up quite a bit, but are the Stalkers going to be able to finish it off? We may not find out. The Archons are running. They might get this one. Oh, he's down to 2 shields, but he's going to make it. And the probe did not make it. But now we've got this base firmly established, and that is bad news for us. But it looks like Spartan managed to take out Chesticles' expansion. He's still got a bunch of Lings. What is his resource situation? If I could actually click on... Oh, there we go. He's got a ton of money right now. He's going to run into my base. I mean, I got Mutalisks to defend it, but my base is pretty much a goner right now. There's nothing I've got here to stop. He's going to take out the Spire. Yeah, this is gonna be it for my base and my paltry little bit of resources. That's okay. We can just have the Bane or the Broodlings kind of take some damage on them. But we do have Spartan. He's waiting for the creep to recede. He's going to try to take this expansion. He's got a ton of energy. He can mule this out in no time. But they're going to have to put on defensive. It's basically 2 versus 2 now. And they have a gold, and we're about to get one. They don't have the center base, though. That could give us a slight edge once Spartan can land that base. But the Archons are going to be pushing in here. And I am now being revealed. I'm out of this other than these 3 Mutalisks that are basically just trying to soak up damage, I guess. And the Archons, they could be the saving grace in this one. 3 attack, 1 shield, and 3 armor. So the 3 armor is really not relevant in this because, you know, Archons have hardly any armor whatsoever. They're going to focus on that final photon cannon, and these poor probes are not evacuating, and I don't know, can he afford to lose these probes? He does have a lot of money. He can rebuild these, but there's not going to be a lot of resources on the map, and oh, a bunch of Zerglings, but there's also a bunch of very well upgraded Archons. What are his upgrades at? No upgrade. He's been going Lings this entire game, and he has no upgrades. I mean, I can't even figure out why I wasn't getting upgrades, but there's really no excuse for this, but it looks like it's going to be enough to hold on just barely. Although Spartan still has some Marines there. You're going to try to focus down the Stalkers, or do we focus down the Nexus? It's hard to say. Oh, there's still an Archon alive. There was still an Archon alive, and there's still 2 Stalkers to go. Are there enough Marines to take them out? There might be. There's like 3 Marines in there right now. The Stalker's going to run. He's going to try to micro, which he could do with great effect. He's going to blink. Now the probes are getting in on the excitement, which I think he can afford to throw away some probes. And oh... and the base survives. Whew, it's exhausting. And we got some SCVs down for Spartan. He needs to he needs to mule this out too. Drop some mules. Please drop some mules. It looks like we're just down to Spartan. When we check the units right now, we got 6 Archons for Contrarian and 37 Marines and a Marauder for Spartan. Meanwhile, we're going up against, well, these units aren't really doing much. 6 Stalkers, a Zealot, 70 Lings, and a Baneling. And the Corruptors I don't think are really that relevant either. Income is, I think we're a little bit behind right now, but we're about to shut down Invictus's gold. I don't think he's going to be able to stop this right now. And I'm bringing a couple of probes for drones for moral support. Run drones, attack those probes. Oh, the probes are going to get out of there. Here comes, yeah, this. I don't think this is going to be a good for their team. We're going to be able to clean this up, and that's going to make this game pretty close. And he's running the Zerglings into a meat grinder. Oh, you do not want to run Zerglings into a bunch of well upgraded Archons, especially since you have no upgrades. None. And right now it's 164 to if you include Deltab's units, they are about tied with us in units, but I don't think they're actually controlling his army. No, they're just... Oh, nope, there we go. Looks like they're finally going to bring Deltab into the battle. And that's gonna even this out. And oh, but they're losing some. You're gonna let the sentries get away? No, don't let those sentries get away. Every little bit is gonna help. Just burn down those sentries. Every unit is invaluable right now. They don't have. Do they have any mining bases left? They basically just have Deltab, who I think just finished mining this out. So they're going to be... Why are they still getting mineral income? He doesn't have any income unless... Oh, it must be locking into place. And there... Oh, Invictus realizes we've not got much left. This is a last-ditch effort, bringing in all the SCVs, bringing in all the drones. That's a lot of drones. Let me just put the army size up there so we can watch it shrink. They're going to try to attack this expansion, which is probably the right decision. They need to stop us from getting money. Because, I mean, basically, if Spartan can just pump out Marines, that might be the best thing right now. The only thing that's going to slow them down are the tanks, which I think Contrarian is going to have something to say about that. And, oh, he's going to run the drones into the Archons. Look at, there were a lot of drones, and now there's none. So, man, down to the wire on that one. Low income, just down to the last bit of units. So I hope you enjoyed this game, and have a day.